Hey guys, here to answer 10 questions that we did the other day on a social media post. Ready to get this started. Wyatt Fink asked, what is the biggest thing in your daily routine in life that is important to be competitive in racing? I would say the love for the sport. Every day you gotta have fun with it. If you're not having fun with what you're doing, then you wouldn't even wanna participate anyway. So with training, riding, and everything, you got to keep it fun, and that's what I try to do every day. Joshua Ref asked, was your number 2 before going pro? Did you run that number for TDR in 2017 when you won the Pro-Am Championship? So my number has always been 26 growing up. I switched it to number 2 because there was another rider with the number 26. And I knew Jeremiah Jones was number 2 back in the day, so I didn't want to take that going into pro, so I switched back to number 26. Sigmund 720 asked, what's your most memorable accomplishment from your career? I would have to say winning the Pro-Am Championship. It came down to the last race at Loretta Lynn's, and I actually won by like a point. So that race for me was like really important, and I was nervous as heck before it. So I would say winning the Pro-Am Championship. At Blenzall asked, what part of your program are you working on in the off season that is going to make a difference in your results from the previous years? So basically I have a lot more help this year with my practice program, which is allowing me to ride more. So I try to structure the week with a lot more riding, try to ride 4 to 5 days a week. My training stayed pretty similar, and all the suspension and everything stayed the same. I'm just trying to ride more, get more frequency in on the track, and hopefully that'll pay off at the races. T Valentine 70 asked, how do you keep a good mindset after lots of quad issues and dealing with so much adversity? I would say you just got to know that tomorrow's another day. You could go out there and break any day, any quad's going to break, so it just comes down to waking up the next day, trying to fix what's broke, and keep your head up, because not everyone's going to have good days, and especially if you're riding a lot, 4 days a week, stuff's going to break all the time. So just keep a cool head and you'll be good. When are you going to make the switch to the YFZ? Probably never. I really like the Honda, and I couldn't see myself going blue unless there was a good deal or something like that. The Honda just fits my style, and I don't know. I hear all the talk about how good they are, but I'll stick with the Honda. Jimmy Mullins asked, will quad racing be around in the next 10 years? I mean, I really hope so. I think that we've heard that quad racing is good, bad, up and down, and we've seen the past with all the factories in the sport. If we just keep our heads up, and the sport's, it's not going down right now, so I have pretty good hopes that we'll be racing in the next 10 years, and maybe the sport will hit a really good spot again. I think all the pros now there's over 20 riders, I think that would help a lot too. So yeah, I'm hoping for the best. At Sigmund 720 asked, do you wish you rode in a 250 class, or are you happy you rode the 300 class? I'm actually really happy I rode the 300 class. A lot of people switched to the 250 hybrids at that point in the time, and I couldn't afford it. My parents couldn't afford that, so we got a Honda 300EX, and I never had one issue with it the entire time. Never blew up, never had any issues, and I don't regret that at all. I think that was really key in getting me to where I am today. At Tommy T_18 asked, what does a solid day of training look like? So typically I wake up pretty early, around 6:37. When I do a warm-up, usually before riding, I'll get on the bike or get on the rower. Just 30 minutes, keep heart rates pretty low just to get the blood flowing. If I'm riding that day, I'll try to structure what I'm gonna do, whether that's sprints, whether that's a moto. I try to have a plan every day, that way I'm not just out goofing around. And then after riding, if I didn't do motos that day, I'll probably train again or strength train. It just depends. I usually train 2 to 3 times a day and just spaced out 4 to 6 hours in between. At DelSiva_523 asked, how do you whip a quad so well? I saw this one a lot, and it just comes down to practicing it over and over again. Snapping on the face really hard. People overthink it too. It's not like you need to lean off the side of the bike in the air. It's just all about the takeoff. If you snap on the face, the bike's gonna go sideways. And then you could use the throttle to bring the front end up or whatever you need to do in the air. But it's all about the face. Like if I snap really hard off the face, I could get that thing pretty upside down. Thank you guys for all the questions. There were some pretty good ones. Really excited to get this season kicked underway here next week at Daytona, and hopefully this year goes well. But I appreciate all the comments, support, and Rip It Up Films for doing this.